The balance between reality and expectation is a tough one, no matter where you are in life, and it's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. You see, sharing our journey with you guys has never been a way to make a living for us. In fact, although I've entertained the thought before, for me, these videos in particular were a way for our family to relive our adventures once we'd settled back into regular life. Kind of an OXFamily time capsule. But as the weeks turned into months and we realized how much we enjoyed this kind of lifestyle, our conversation started to migrate from what we'll be doing once this trip is over to trying to figure out a way to make a living while traveling. We've tossed around all kinds of ideas, from traveling salespeople to YouTube superstars, but it's always seemed a bit of an uphill battle. Even now, as Mama Ox and I try to make a plan to expand our social media footprint, we struggle with the balance between overexposing our family and sharing what it's like to be nomadic living in the tiniest space possible. So to those of you that have traveled along with us from behind those flashing pixels, thank you. Your support has been the backbone of our expose. And to those that are just stopping by, consider following along, because for each one of you that follows our crazy little family, it gets us closer to our goal of making this a more permanent lifestyle. But maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm Jason, a wild adventurer, and this is my better half, Francesca. She's pretty much the glue that holds this little family together. Marley is my firstborn, and a little too smart for her own good if you ask me. Jax is my boy through and through. There's not a tree too tall or a trail too tough for this little adventurer. So this is the Ox family, and the story of an ordinary family wandering this amazing planet in search of extraordinary places.
Wanna be free of this heart, yeah. Wanna feel your arms around me. I need you more, need you here, more than I would like to admit.
We've been in a bit of a race since we'd left on this journey, and with winter literally nipping at our heels, we needed to head south in an attempt to get ahead of it before we were completely overtaken by Jack Frost. So, we left Nashville. The plan was to head to northern Florida for a few days, then down to Ocala to spend Thanksgiving with family. From there, we'd head to the Keys and then slowly make our way to Texas for Christmas. So we said goodbye to our friends in Nashville and headed south for Florida.
You never break, you never lie, you're never ever scared of the dark. So why am I the one who cries? I'm so afraid to be left behind. I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop, can't stop. Yeah. You never lose an argument, so I've been trying hard to pretend that I'm okay. It's just a phase, and everything is going just great. I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop, can't stop. Yeah.
Hey, so we just made it to Florida. Actually, we've been in Florida for a few hours, but we just made it to our camp spot, and it's called Shell Mount Campground. And we talked to some campers that were here, and they said talk to the management, and there's no like donation box or anything, and so unless we're here still Thursday, to not worry about it and have fun, which is pretty rad. So, that's okay. Go let him, or open the door and he won't bark. So we're just about to make dinner and then sleep, I guess.
Alright, first day. Well, it's actually like the second day in Florida. I don't know. All the days mashed together, but I think it's the second day in Florida. Yesterday we didn't do much, hung out at the campground. Anyways, we're heading to the beach. I've got shorts on, which is good. That's always a positive sign. But it is a little cloudy out. But it's currently 69. Looking for that like high 70 weather is what I'm looking for. And yeah, we're going to Little Shark Beach. See what that's all about.
This Sunday, I know we're going somewhere, into the danger zone. It all points right to that. I set myself aside, lead the way on this drive. If you don't know the way, we can stop and make a change. I know we walk for days, losing hope, fading love. This night will be okay, waking up to another day. I set myself aside, lead the way on this drive.
Alright, it's move day. We're heading to Ocala, which isn't a long move, just a few hour drive. I'm going to hang out with some family till Thanksgiving and then explore Florida. So, loving the warm weather and I can't wait for more of it.
Tears in our eyes from the words we said. Yeah, it kinda broke my heart. Loving you is not so goddamn easy as you think. I'm trying my best to hold on, but I feel myself giving. You know that we shouldn't keep it up like this. We hurt each other's feelings on and on. I don't wanna change who you are. The things you say is always one step too far. But I know that played my part. I'm hurting you as well. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. It's not so goddamn easy as I think. You try your best to hold up, but I see you giving in. You know that we shouldn't keep it up like this. We hurt each other's feelings on and on. I don't wanna change who you are. The things you say is always one step too far. But I know that I've played my part. I'm hurting you as well. I guess that we should say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry. Say we're sorry.
Okay, if I'm being honest, I'm kind of over all the towns and cities. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy catching up with friends and visiting family we haven't seen in forever. It's just parking in people's driveways and sleeping on the side of a road isn't really what we built our home for. So I did the next best thing. I grabbed Ox veteran cameraman Jake and took off into the Ocala National Forest for some good old wilderness therapy.
Alright, we've officially arrived in the Ocala National Forest, and it just jumps right into thick, dense trail.
Vegetation.
Yeah, so you guys remember cameraman Jake?
Sup?
And yeah, we're just going to wander our way through and see what the Ocala National Forest is all about. There's Lake George up here, which is a pretty decent sized lake. We might try to wander our way through. There's also a bombing range out here that we might drive past, so I don't know. We're just gonna drive around and see what we can see.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Wasn't he like?
Yeah, I can see for like another like.
Yeah, yeah.
fella? What are you doing? Just chilling, huh? Get out of your shadow.
Alright, well, we're in the Ocala National Forest proper, and just off the highway. You can hear the cars in the background. And just aired the tires down, and we're gonna just roll around and see what we can see. I was saying earlier, there's a lake out here, Lake George. There's like a bombing range, and there's lots of jungle. So we're gonna wander our way around, check out the trail here, and see what happens.
It was a nice Sunday drive through the Ocala National Forest. We didn't see much, but we didn't know where to look, so it was a bit anticlimactic. But we did see the bombing range, and we got really close to the Lake George, which is a humongous lake out there, but it looked like it was private, and you couldn't really get to it. So anyways, that's that. Back home, back to the ladies, back to real life. See you later.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of color, only feeling blue.
I'd been to Florida before, but only to Disney World, so it was nice to be able to venture out and explore. But sometimes what makes sense in your hometown doesn't always translate when in a completely different environment. And if I'm being honest, overlanding Florida doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You see, what makes the West unique is the landscape. I can quite literally drive 15 minutes from my house and see mountains, vistas, waterfalls, rivers, technical trails, rock gardens, and hundreds of miles of dirt road. What Florida made me realize is that without the mountains, there's not much to see. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure if you know where to look, there's tons of things to explore. But when just wandering around in the national forest, aside from the lone turtle, all there is to see is dense, humid jungle. I guess it's easy to take for granted all the wilderness we have accessible back home in Oregon. Anyway, in true 2020 fashion, we went to Central Florida to spend Thanksgiving with family, but instead, we all got sick. And I mean everyone. After spending the day cooking and preparing, we got a call from Mama Ox's cousin the night before to let us know that we were on our own for the holiday. We planned to spend the day at their place with 4 other families enjoying full bellies and good conversation, but after catching the 24-hour flu, we made a last-minute decision to switch to cameraman Jake and his family's house, only to have the bug run through our family over the next few days anyways. So after laying low, we decided to leave Ocala and head south to wander our way through the waterways of the E.G. Simmons State Park.
There are a lot of voices drowning in the sea. There's too many voices talking back at me.